is a famous writer, intellectual, political activist from the Caribbean, Aimé Césaire, unfortunately died recently. He's a great poet, a great thinker, a great activist. But in one of his books, which he wrote actually in the 50s of the last century, called A Discourse on Colonialism, he talked about contact between cultures as the oxygen of civilization. I like to think of contact between languages and cultures and peoples as the oxygen of civilization. That's why where there's no contact, or where the contact is in a hierarchical structure, there is that much less oxygen of civilization. And it is within that spirit that I myself have been writing in an African language, and also did advocating not only just the use of African languages, but opening the space for other languages, whether in Africa, in America, in Asia, everywhere. Because this problem is just simply not one of Africa and English language and so on. It's also, say, within here in America, where you don't hear very much of Native American languages. And why not? And we live here. What knowledge is hidden in those languages? The knowledge of environment, of medicines, of other things, the treasure, if you like, hidden in those languages. Why not open the space? For the question of collapse in the hierarchy does not mean that there cannot be also a language that enables other languages to talk to each other. That there can also be a language which helps in intra-language communication or intracultural communication. And that language could easily be English or any other language. Okay? And there's no contradiction between having a language of, say, national or international communication and thriving languages and cultures that learn from one another, that find conversation not only through translation among themselves, but also find another meeting point in the languages that have a global reach or national reach, and so on. So there can be many ways in which languages and cultures, contact and learn from each other.